Look where I am today. What a busting sight in it. Bournville Village Green. Surrounded by the houses of the Bournville Village Trust and overlooked by the great works of Cadbury's. The results of the vision of one of that family, George Cadbury, a man who wanted to build a factory and a garden and have his workers living in good quality accommodation, laid out with gardens and trees in a rural setting. There are so many treasures around Bournville, but perhaps one of the least known is a building behind me. There it is, a tower with a cupola on the top and inside a thing called the Carillon. Now, we've all seen the tower and we may have heard the Carillon playing at 1/4 and 1/2 the hour, but what exactly is it? Let's find out. You're Carillonneur of the Bournville Carillon. What exactly is it?
Right, the Carillon, Carl, is an instrument of bells. It sounds a bit weird, but it's an instrument of bells. It's a real musical instrument which you play from a keyboard and a pedal board, just as you would a piano or an organ.
How did this Carillon come to Birmingham?
Well, the Carillon here at Bournville was put here by George Cadbury in 1906, and he was in the process with his brother of building the chocolate factory and the whole of the Bournville estate. And he went to Bruges. For what reason, we're not sure, but it may have been to perhaps see how they make chocolate there, I don't know. But he went to Bruges and he heard the Carillon in Bruges, and he was so impressed with this sound that he thought that's something we need to grace Bournville and make Bournville special.
Have you been the only Carillonneur?
No, but I'm one of only 3. So that's quite remarkable considering the Carillon's been here since 1906.
Tell me about the earlier blokes.
Well, the first Carillonneur was a man by the name of Harry Withers, and we've gathered some information about him, and he did establish quite a reputation. He played until 1924, and Clifford Ball then took over. Clifford, again, became a world-renowned figure. He was the first man to gain a certificate from the Carillon School in Mechelen and established a reputation for himself. He performed inaugural recitals in Carillons all over the world where royalty performed the opening ceremony, and he was a very well-known man.
What does the instrument itself, the musical instrument of the Carillon, mean to you?
What does it mean to me? Well, I get tremendous pleasure from playing the Carillon, and the fact that you can play a range of music. You can play Bach, Beethoven, Andrew Lloyd Webber, you name it, and it's possible to play. Scott Joplin, you can play any sort of music on it at all.
Of course, Cadbury's gained their renown through the making of fine chocolate, cocos and drinking chocolate. But they weren't the only manufacturer of food in Birmingham. What about Bird's Custard? Or Old Brook Sauce? And what about that host of small-scale makers of food?